Okay, guys, so I finally got the legendary Mazda 787B. And I'm going to be real, I was kind of hoping I was going to get this car a little bit sooner. I do know it's basically the end of the barn finds, but my goodness, it is worth every bit of it, dude. I absolutely love this car. It sounds so dang amazing. And to be real, it's probably my favorite looking race car ever made. It's just, it is so dang dope looking. I love the overall body design on this thing. It truly is timeless. Like, it really is. But I know a lot of people are aware of this. Obviously, this car is a barn find. It's basically one of the last ones you have to do. It also takes kind of forever to actually unlock it. So if you're looking to get this thing, just be a little patient. I did some races and kind of just played the game and waited for it to unlock. And my goodness, it is worth every bit of it. I think you could pay it to make it go faster, but I would personally just wait for it. The tuning setup I am running is another one I am experimenting with and kind of messing around a little bit. Here's the code, guys, right here if you do want to try this one out. I feel like it's pretty decent. I have been tweaking some stuff on this car and trying to get a little bit better with this overall handling and stuff like that. And I feel like it's pretty dang good. Probably not like a number one tuning type of thing, but I feel like it's very usable. And it kind of makes this car, top notch, I guess you could say, in R racing, or at least you could use it in the R category anyway. But here, let me just back out of the garage, because I don't need to keep stepping around this car. We need to go actually look at it in the correct way. You know what I'm saying? So right here, you guys will see the outside view. Let me go into photo mode real quick here, and we can correctly look at this thing. Oh, man, though, it's such a great looking car, dude. Look at it. Oh, it's such a great looking car. I have a feeling a lot of players might end up using this car over some of the other ones for driving and stuff like that, as I kind of feel like... Actually, I'm going to go drive this thing in Tokyo City real quick. I kind of do feel like some players might get this car and stuff, and then literally just race this in R over everything else. Like, I really do think that. Also, let me turn here, and can we just listen to the engine on this car, man? It sounds amazing. Listen to this. Oh, it's such a great sounding car. They nailed the sound on it, dude. One of my favorite things about it, too, is how you can hear the sound of the car actually bouncing off different surfaces in the game. Little details like that is something I really appreciate, and we all do know other games might not get that right. But one of the biggest highlights of this car, though, is not only does it sound amazing, that is probably the biggest thing, though, is it handles absolutely insanely well. It kind of blows my mind. I am using it in R. I do know you can also make this thing an X vehicle very easy, which I would say players might end up doing that. But for me, though, I wanted to leave this thing in R, as I kind of thought that would be a good way to use it. And guys, I'm not going to lie, I've been doing more R racing in this. I've been doing more races in general. This car is so dang fun. Let me head over to this racetrack here. And to be real, I'm also planning on doing the Goliath in this thing because it's just that fun. It just... Let me spawn over here. Okay, so we are now spawned in. Let me go hit this track real quick. Probably won't be the best driving. I am running TC again. Make fun of me if you want. I'm getting used to my settings, bro. You guys got to work with me a little bit here. But just look at the way this car corners, dude. I love... One of my favorite things about FH6 so far is I really do love what they've done with the handling. I really like how a lot of these cars that you could drive really do feel like they are sucked in and gripped into the ground. It's something, don't get me wrong, FH5 had it a little bit, but I feel like it just went tenfold in this game, dude. It is just, the way cars grip and the way this, like this car, for example, the way these cars grip, it's just amazing. Like, you can really feel them sucking into the corners and all that. It's just so dang fun. It makes kind of racing around these tracks even more entertaining because you know you have confidence that your car will actually grip. It won't fishtail or lose traction, which is something a lot of other racing games have issues with. That's something probably a lot of players also don't like all that much, including me. But luckily this car, though, it just sucks in the corners so dang well, guys. I really do love this thing, and I'm probably going to do the Goliath in it just because I just want to race this car the whole time, just to do it. But we fly around here. Now, I think I did end up getting 107 on one of my runs. Obviously, 110 isn't the best there. Almost missed that checkpoint. Oh, man, I probably just missed that one. I definitely missed that one. I'm getting so into trying to turn and all that I mess up the corners. Now, one thing I'm going to do with the new controller is I might try to adjust some things on it. I have been using an older controller for a while. So the new controller is going to probably feel a lot better in a lot of these sections where I could probably, fine-tune that thing a little bit. Let me go into cockpit view. Look at this. Okay, I got to ask a serious question here. I've been trying to get more into racing stuff, like watching more racing stuff. How in the world do people actually see out of cars like this, bro? Like, you're doing literally what? 180, 200 miles an hour in some of these cars? And how in the world do you how do you even see out of this stuff, bro? How do you see out of that? Like, I'm genuinely curious. It is mind-blowing. And I think there's another car that's similar to this one. It was like nicknamed the Bone Crusher or something like that. Literally would break your ribs around corners because of the downforce. That is just, it is wild to me, the engineering that goes behind these cars. Now, I know this car is obviously a rotor motor, and oh, it sounds, put it in anything. Put this rotor motor in everything, please. I would not say no to it at all. I'm going to do one more lap around here, though, guys, because I'm kind of flying, and that was kind of terrible. One thing I've been trying to focus on a little bit with some of these corners is I understand everything is a racing line. That's also kind of why I added the braking line back, because I have been kind of noticing it helps a little bit. And one view, by the way, I like racing in is the hood view. Not so much in this car, but some of the other cars, the hood view is really fun for some reason. It kind of reminds me of racing on Gran Turismo, because I used to do the hood view on there on the racetracks, and this car probably fits that all too well, dude, and I just failed around that. It's on my controller. I'm aware. Yeah, I see it. Don't you worry. Let me go around. Now, one of the things I kind of focused on a little bit with these cars, though, is I understand, guys, the meta builds are super important to people, and I'm trying to work on better builds for the cars, and I'm getting more into tuning now. I'm starting to tune my own vehicles. I used to just buy tunes and, just run with those, but to be real, I'm probably going to start really messing with my own tuning a little bit more. I think it'd be pretty fun to do, and one road I wanted to go to, so I could find it. There was one road I wanted to take this thing to. Wasn't that one? Okay, after looking for a second, I have finally found the road I wanted to go on. Basically, toward the mountains where the high snow was, I wanted to take it on this road and kind of speed it and, mess around with the car a little bit. But I gotta admit, guys, the way they made the cars handle in this game, it's just so dang fun. I really do love a full-on grippy build where the car actually sucks into the road. Don't get me wrong, drifting or, power sliding in corners, and what is that? I don't think I actually have that car yet. I might have to go buy that. Oh, listen to the engine on this thing. It just sounds so good. Y'all can't tell me rotary engines don't sound good. I know y'all like rotary engines. Oh, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. Let me go back, spawn here. And that was a big thing I've been, working on as well, is I understand that having TC off or, running that and then changing your settings and all that and becoming faster is super important. But I also know that having a good time in the game is probably one of the biggest things, guys. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the entire trying to run meta builds and be like the fastest racer out there. I get it. I really do. It is fun trying to find the best builds and all that and becoming the fastest driver you can be. And also not driving like me is probably a good way to do it. Oh, look at the brakes on this thing. Look at the brakes on this thing. That's one thing I wanted to point out to y'all. I know this speed zone was terrible, but I wanted to come over by the snowy area. Man, I love how it looks up here. But one thing I wanted to mention, though, I have been messing with this with braking a little bit. A lot of people say to keep the pressure at 100. I have been putting mine on like 115, 120. It seems to be a little better, I think, for some of my, at least from what I've been noticing when messing with it with the cars. Seems like it gives you a little more power when you are braking, or at least more pressure onto the braking, and the wheels aren't locking up or anything like that because I'm running ABS. Attack me if you want. Man, feel this thing grip. I really do feel like when it comes to R and like this main class here, let me go to the cars real quick. Let me go to R. So far, guys, my favorite vehicles in R, 100% the 787B. The Pagani Wire R is so fun. I love the little Vivio RXR for track. The Tacoma might be one of the best R vehicles in the game as well. That thing just has insanely good handling. It is so fast. Definitely a great car. But I feel like the 787B was the type of car. When I saw the photo of this thing being shown for Forza a long time ago, I'm like, no freaking way. Are we really getting the 787B in this game? Please be true. And surely enough, it was real. Now, driving this car around this map here, just racing around, hearing this motor just go absolutely bonkers, I really feel like it adds on, and that was definitely what I wanted to do. Let me go back here. There we go. Hey, look. I like that. I actually saw one of those Kai trucks literally 2 days ago, and I immediately went, I gotta buy one of those. I've got to find one and buy one of those. They're all over the place in Florida for some weird reason. They're literally everywhere. Dang, brethren. Oh, it's just so fun to race around the map in this thing. I bet you we might end up seeing convoys of 787s everywhere. I definitely could see. Look at that view. I could definitely see convoys everywhere of 787s. I really could. Because this car just kind of... It's just the sound of it. Now, I understand it is a barn find. I don't know if people might end up trying to go in there and maybe buy one out of the auction house. But then again, why would you auction this car off? That don't make any sense, bro. At all. But what you could get through the game, get all the barn finds, because once you guys progress and get the stamps... Oh, this was the other road. Once you get on there and get all the stamps, then you pretty much get the cars anyway. You know what I'm saying? You just have to go find them, and there's plenty of guides. And that was... Yep, I told y'all. I'm still trying to get used to the way this controller feels. I'm currently on the old controller at the moment because I wanted to see some differences. And I'm definitely seeing some differences here. Back to the first gear. I love being able to power out of some of these corners almost at full throttle. I know when not running TC, you kind of have to like ease into it a little bit. You can't just slam it because you'll slide literally everywhere, which is kind of the point of TC being on, so you don't slide everywhere. But I really do think, guys, if you're going after barn finds, I think everybody's going to want this car. I saw a ton of people talking about it in the Discord, and everyone's like, yo, you guys got to get the barn find. Any new player, go through the game on the discovery side, get all the barn finds founded. This car is basically toward the end. It will take a little time in-game for you to get it. I would not spend money on it. Just go do other things. You will love this car so much, and I kind of went into that really fast because I figured why not. But I can go right back to there. Brake, fly around it a little bit. I gotta get used to how this analog stick is funky on this old controller, man. I gotta like turn it a little bit weird. It still works. It's just not as good as I want it to be. Oh, I love this car so much, dude. It is so fun, guys. Honestly, I could keep going on about the 787B. I've been having a blast in this car. I think I've spent almost 2 hours in this car so far, just literally racing it around the different time attack tracks and just cruising around the map with it. It is so dang fun to just race around the tracks with this car. It really is a blast. You can go to like any of the tracks, like even the Sony circuit. I think that's how you say that. Head over to some of your favorite tracks and just simply race around. But I gotta say though, heading over to the different racetracks and kind of testing these cars out and trying to get your best times with them, it has been really fun. I don't know what it is. I spent close to like 40 minutes that one night driving the Vivio, just messing around on the track. I drove the Lotus Exige. That car is also a blast. I spent one night, guys, on this exact track with that Exige for almost an hour, okay? And I wear special contact lenses as well, and I didn't have them in, so I was struggling, but I was still racing. And now driving this track right now with the 787, it is just so dang fun, dude. I love hearing this car. I love hearing the motor and then gripping around the corners and all that. I feel like you could spend a lot of time on every single one of these tracks and just have a great time with it. Like, it really is like that. What I try to do is I get better lines. I brake earlier. I look at the views and almost crash myself sometimes because of that. That one view right there is beautiful. The one thing I love about this car, though, is the way that it comes out of the corners. It just feels like it's just so confidence enforcing. It's insane. I feel like if you were to practice with it, you could probably break some records with some of these cars, I bet. If you, especially, you know, once you get the right builds and all that. But I could definitely see this car. That was terrible. There we go. See, guys, it's really just practice. Being in the right gear, going around the right turns, and sometimes I am not the best driver. So 39 seconds ain't too bad on that, to be honest. That's not the best driving either. Let me, I wonder how that stacks against some of the really good players out there. Let's see. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. 53,000. And again, you guys just saw me absolutely failing at driving. So if I was to practice, I could shave seconds off of that pretty easily. May have to do it. But you guys know what? The 787 is honestly worth every bit of the barn finds. I would highly recommend getting this thing. It is easily one of my favorite cars in the game. It sounds amazing. It handles very well. Overall, it's probably one of the most sought after cars in the game, I think. Especially once people noticed it. You really have to get this thing. Let me know what y'all think about it in the comments below.